Hello there, how's it there? I'm Ame Gakita. Alright, let's talk about the new feature of Twitch Knock Knock. I know this is kind of like an old news since this one is more towards like being reported like 1 week ago, people make noise about it. But today we are going to discuss more on that. Actually more just about how the reaction to it, how someone who was happy that this feature is a thing, receiving a lot more backlash, and out of nowhere his skeleton also got leaked out along the line. And then as well that this app or this feature is actually not a new feature within Twitch, but actually more so that there is another app that I use called Variety app also have been having this kind of feature for who know how long when. So basically what it not is just basically that if the person want to do a random collaboration by a random person, it doesn't matter that the person know the other person or not. It's just that you can out of nowhere just decided to collaborate and or request for collaboration with others. And the issue with this is that it receives way more backlash from people from top to bottom all the way to, because people will notice that this is just a redundant feature. So looking at the reply from some of the comment, like even Shy Lily would say, no, who's that? I want the feature. Or Bao-san indicating like, what in God name did anyone think this is a good idea? You have to turn it off every stream. Excuse me. Or even Sanserious-san indicating that this is a very intrusive and dangerous thing to add to the platform as it can be used miscellaneously. And most I do agree with a lot of people's point of view, because it can just kind of like showcase that anyone can use this feature as long as they are a streamer. The only issue with this app is that, or this feature is that, because anyone can use it, there are some people with bad intention can just misuse the feature and just ask for a collaboration. So the only issue with this is that if I'm gonna give a simple so-called example, you can either have a big name VTuber or streamer who is not happy about some small streamer, and they go and harass them and they keep requesting for knock effect. So it can become a harassment feature. The second way it can also go in other way, when a small streamer going to request for a collaboration with a big name, and if the big name don't feel comfortable and they reject it, the small man will just say that, oh, someone is a huge name, have a lot of followers, and they are so huge that they don't want to follow me. And so it's kind of like go to the point of like leading to a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of rumors and what's not, and it is not looking good for both sides. Reason being that people can use it in bad faith, with bad intention, with bad whatsoever along the line. So when you think about it, to me, is it a good feature or not? I don't think so. More that when earlier I mentioned that it's another app that have been using this feature for who know how long when, which is basically Reality, an app that have been using for 1,000, like I've been streaming in for 1,200 plus day, and more that when you think about it, the app itself also do have the same feature, the knock feature. Most it towards the point of that you can just use the collaboration with random people. So the app itself do have like allow you to stream a long hour, or to actually stream with other different people along the line, and in a way it is actually not so called being popularized within the app itself. Because more that when anyone asks me like for collaboration on the app itself, I have to either know the person well enough. It's like I mean like on paper we'll talk about how people would think is a good idea, but more so what I don't think is a good idea at all is that sometimes people can just come in, and the thing is, right, the app itself have children, have minor, however you want to call it, or people with bad intention to go around and spread their own name, or trying to call out others and be a troll along the line. So the thing is, right, because people like troll or people who hate other streamer can misuse the system, so it became a part of like, if you ask like anyone within the app, have anyone mostly used that feature, Yes and no, but mostly no, including me. So the issue is that the app itself, the collaboration, not whatever you want to call it, it's like not a lot of people use it because it's like I mentioned, when people misuse it or people creating trouble for other people, obviously in your first mind it's like it's not right to use it. You like even funnier is that the app itself allow you to switch it off, like request for no collaboration. So it's only for those who want to make new friends or people who want to interact with other people, then they will switch it on. But even so, the app actually got two parts. One is called random collaboration, which people can randomly enter, which right now Twitch is seemingly going for. And the second part, which is basically collaboration with friends, which is basically setting a password that only that you let people who know you, or you give the password to the people that you have your comfort with streaming or collaborating with before you put it out. Because it's I in the past have collab with quite a lot of people through the random app, the random collab, but it's precisely because I've seen way more troll than people using it in good faith. Like back then, in when I was in when there is not govert, it's mostly the Japanese, not much troll, not much whatsoever. Yeah, there's always people using in good faith because Japanese. But when it became govert, I come across quite a lot of people who misuse it, troll or hater or whatever, just coming in to trying to disrupt my stream. So in the end, I just stop it because it's really a redundant app anymore. And to me, it's just something that I don't feel comfort with, because sometimes you come across people, and there are a lot of time when I come across these young girls or young boys who is just making weird noise over and having fun, thinking that they are having fun, when in fact what they are having fun is just disturbing other people. So to me, the not is really redundant in a way, because an app with not much people using it, as well as the even the collaboration, not a lot of people using it as well. So I don't think the not is going to work. But then again, the one who do talk about the with so-called feedback by a lot of VTuber, I think you guys want to go and check out FalseEyeD video for more on that. I do, like I've only highlight a few, but a lot more people don't like it. As well as that, the feature also been so-called highlighted that it can also dodge the VTuber. I mean, like if you're a face cam streamer, that's fine. But the only issue is that VTuber is like it's really kind of like showing that Twitch don't like VTuber apparently, because when you switch on the knock effect, it apparently will dodge the face of the streamer, because you will turn your face cam on and you will turn it switch on for that feature because of knock. Though, like I mean like imagine out of nowhere you're streaming and people allow you to do a knock, and you just out of nowhere press yes and you collab with them, and out of nowhere you show your whole world to everyone. Like I mean like VTuber don't. I have one thing is that if the VTuber is fine with streaming their own face cam, that's fine. But if the VTuber, like majority VTuber I know, don't want to show their real face, then I think this feature is basically a very dangerous part, because it can just out of nowhere just show the face of everyone. The only issue is, right, the best way to set it off, apparently someone did say that you have to turn off, go to the setting and turn it off the camera. But because a lot of people didn't know about it, it can be a very dangerous part. And more that Twitch never even highlight this kind of issue where people can turn the feature off, or people can just go to the setting and remove the all camera along the line. Because out of nowhere, imagine you do a collab and your camera just show your face to the whole world. If you're a VTuber, then that's a problem. So to me, I think this is something that to look out for. And I mean, like when you think about the whole backlash and what's not, obviously there is gonna be a lot more people not happy about it. Another way to so-called switch it off actually did post, but being so-called well known by Milky Meal, is that you can just go to the system, turn it off on the setting itself. I had turned it off myself, so if in the future if I do stream on Twitch, I would you guys wouldn't be seeing the collaboration. And I mean like it's kind of like understandable like why some people would say that this sort of, like when you look at a lot of quote, people are actually saying like, hey, this is not a good thing. People turning it off, it seems cool, but this is not properly safeguard. And a lot of people just really talk badly about it. And also I can understand why. Because when you think, like I mentioned, I mean like in on paper, having collaboration does go a long way because like we'll talk about the VTuber later on. But when you look like in terms of like making new connection, making new network, making new friends, I think this sort of system does seems to go in a good direction because on paper it does look good as well as that like you want a lot of people to so-called be friend with a lot of people along the line, have a chit chat along the line, and collaboration is really one of the way to go. More that like when out of nowhere you may get surprised from some big name or maybe a small name want to have a want to ask you a question along the line. I mean like, to me I think that's a fine point. But when you look, like I mentioned earlier, like if a big name trying to harass a smaller name or a small name asking for a collaboration out of nowhere for a big name and the big name reject, it's not looking good at all. Like the pro seems good on paper, but when the con look as a whole, it's not going to look good as to everyone, no matter how you look at it. So obviously, if you ask me, to me, I don't think it's a very good feature, and best if Twitch actually don't even add this in the first place because a lot of people will just switch it off. And more so that for collaboration, right, it's actually better that if the person who is going to do a collaboration with others actually plan in advance how they're going to do the collaboration instead of like out of nowhere enter and say, hi, I'm going to do a collaboration with you out of nowhere. It's not really so-called safe for many people. I mean like to me, if I want to do a collaboration with someone, I would just join, I would just ask, send a DM request for collaboration and be done with it and do a proper planning. But if this sort of issue gonna cause more trouble than bringing the good out of others, I think it's fair to just not even add this feature in the first place. And now we are going to talk about one VTuber who apparently was bragging about it. So even Toaster, the paper flop VTuber, actually out of nowhere because he is known as the Twitch ambassador. So he actually go and brag that, hey, I say that this feature, I want them to add it in and they effing did it along the line, can't wait to give it a try. And he received way more backlash for it. It's kind of interesting that it also bring up his skeleton up to the whole world to be shown, but it's actually more on the way he's being. The skeleton will be taught. It's just allegation for now. There is no confirmation or what's not. Nor do I hear from other side. But again, I'm giving the benefit of doubt in a way, so you guys have to forgive me if I'm being neutral on this. The reason why I didn't cover this new is in previous is that I have to read through a lot of document, and you guys know that I hate reading a lot of document that is just basically hard, unreadable in many ways. More when Evil Toaster is even digging himself a deeper hole. So keeping everything in a nutshell, is that basically Evil Toast say that he won this feature in the first place, and obviously people not happy about it go and attack him for why request this off, like the thing that I mentioned earlier, why you want to add this to the feature when like majority people doesn't want it. And he kind of like doubled down, indicating like collaboration do bring up the best in others, it helped to bring more view to them, to both sides, to the streamer along the line. And I mean like statistics showing collaboration does go a long way, because if you look like a lot of collaboration between streamers, it does help to bring views from one viewers to like if it helped to bring up, like when you collab with one person that is not well known with another well known person, obviously the unknown person is gonna get a lot of attention if the collaboration go well, or if not, the interaction of two streamer can go in many ways. It can be funny, it can be comical, it can be exciting, it can be funny along the line. And when you kind of like go with that, the collaboration does go along because you are looking at two person interacting. So in terms of collaboration wise, statistic wise, people would love to have that kind of so-called indirection. But the only issue, like I mentioned, that is only if two person that's kind of like have understanding of each other, or they do a collab out of nowhere together, or maybe have a talk with each other along the line. The only issue to me is that I think this sort of feature doesn't seem to sit well with a lot of people, because I mean, like, it's not that everyone is a introvert, extrovert, or along the line. It's just that the only issue is that if a person will use it in good faith with good intention, I think that's a good point. But there's anyone who know the internet very well would know that there is a lot of troll people who are using things with bad faith, and if you do a like so-called you let the not be effect, who know that you may have a hater or a anti who out of nowhere knock you every single moment and then say that, oh, you reject my requestment because of because you're a big streamer along the line, even though the person who maybe can just be a hater or a troll. So again, like I mentioned, we can't be sure that people will be using an app in good faith when the danger is there, unless they can kind of like sell it with good, like the feature to be so-called like like ensuring that people don't misuse it. I think that's a fair point, but at this point there is no like better so-called way to counter add on that, so I don't think that's a good point. And more that Evil Toaster Son actually do point out a lot of things about the good part, but not realizing that he's just only pushing all the good part but not realizing the bad part of it. He just doubling down on it. And obviously it was kind of like funny in a way, because when he actually doubled down on it, people who have issue if in the past, or victim of his in the past, took this moment to start bashing on him, releasing document. And I will take it that it's a speculation for now. I know some people say that it's confirmed whatsoever along the line. If you guys want to know more, do check out Rev video, because there is actually a document and he actually did talk more about it. But I would highlight you guys to take it with a huge pinch of salt for now. I'm not saying that it's not trustable, the document, but for now I do want you guys to be careful with this sort of information, because a person's skeleton is amazing. It's very amazing when you read through it. Resan did a very good point on covering most of the cases, but there's also a few points that I would have to highlight that it can be, there is a few parts that seem to be cherry picked. It seems alright. I'm not saying that is whatsoever. It's just that as long as there is more evidence that is leaking out day by days, I think Evil Toaster-san sooner or later have to come out and say his bit. But it seems like he's just doing his own stream and take it that it's nothing along the line. So who knows? Maybe he think that he's not guilty along the line. So maybe that's the reason why I got a little bit of benefit of doubt on him. But again, the allegation is really strong on this. More that it really does show that what kind of person he is. But then again, I can't really put too much word on it, and the reason why I'm more concentrating on the Twitch side is that the app feature itself is really not good. To me, I mean, like, if people use it in a good faith, I think that's a good point. But if people gonna misuse it as a bad faith, it's really bad. But it's really kind of funny that these sort of things, right? Like, Twitch has always been on fire, not for a good reason. On fire because it been pumping out like the story, like the total disrespect issue that cover out of the total of the issue. And there is also the point of where they're highlighting that, hey, we're gonna add this, and we're gonna add that feature or whatsoever, and it get a lot more people hating on it more than people wanting it. I mean, like, rape itself is already kind of like good and bad. If people misuse it, it's gonna be used in bad faith. But if people use it in good faith, I think that's help to bring viewers to smaller streamer or whatsoever. I think that's a good point. But again, this sort of collab really does go a long way, and to Evil Toaster's son, his point of view, I mean, I can see from his way, like, oh, hey, he's looking at the good point, but he's not looking from people side of like the con of the feature. And when he kind of double out on it, not realizing that people is going to capitalize on that to bring more hits to him, then obviously it's not going to be a good thing. I mean, like, Redstone really did a lot of stuff that I can't really say, like, it's Toaster innocent or not. I mean, like, at this point it's just ridiculous. But again, it's really back to the point that sometimes when a streamer got way too big, right, you often more than not will hear a lot of skeleton leak, and it's kind of like make me wonder, like, what, like, do I even want to be a big streamer? It's like every time when a person became big streamer, you always hear about bad stuff about them or news about them that people is going to cancel them for who know whatsoever reason. Not saying that even Toasted, again, I have to mention, it's not saying that is he guilty or innocent. I will let you guys go and check out Rev's video to know more if you guys really want to know from his point of view. But when I was like looking through the comment, I can see like a lot of people saying like the person may be arrogant, the person is a POS, Twitch ambassador and trying to make Twitch even worse, and in a way, it's really hard show how a person who seems to have high power in a way just show that they can become a POS along the line. Who knows? I mean, like, this is just my speculative thought, just a random chat. I'm still not gonna go deep too much into Evil Toaster situation. It did bring, like, the way he talked about it, and it seemed to showcase his like the way he start going around talking to everyone, doubling down on his take, and not understanding from people concern point. Like, it just show how much of a narcissistic he is, thinking that he's always right when not, like, when you do things right, you have to balance it out. You have to look at the pro, you have to look at the con, and then weigh it out which one is suitable. And if the pro is still that if the pro is still there that you want it to be happen, you have to address how you're going to counter the con, so that the issue won't be misused, the situation won't be problematic in future, so that people can use it with a peace of mind. The problem is that the moment you start thinking that you're right and no one is right, yeah, that is just so wrong in many ways. So that being said, what do you guys think? Do you think that the Twitch feature is a good thing or is it a bad thing? Is the not going to be a double-edged sword where it can maybe bring out the good thing or bring out the bad thing more along the line? Who knows? I mean, like, the comment section is there to discuss further. But with that being said, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes doesn't make sense, never follow the chicken trend or whatsoever, but sometimes even today, 1 week late in a way. But actually more so, I was actually waiting to see the situation on Evil Toaster, whether I want to cover it or not. Cover it a little bit vague, I know, but again, I mentioned, if you guys want to know more, do check out Rev video, link in the description below, if you guys want to understand more. But I don't want to put too much date on that, because not that I know him or that I think is innocent or guilty. Personally, I think he's guilty in some way, but not for you what you guys might think. So unless more evidence or more stuff about Evil Toaster come out, then maybe I'll put it up as a random chat, or maybe I not. I don't know. But till then, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Bye.